Hi, welcome to Mite Crystals channel. It's been a long time since I've shown you one of my tops. This is Ganesha. You all know Ganesha, right? Brilliant story. How are you all doing anyway? It's lovely to be here today. I am a little tired because I've been constantly working on so many people's requests to put up Moldavite petites. And I've tried to do it as best price as I can, literally without exaggeration here. I'm selling them at £30. They actually cost me, it doesn't matter, but the cost plus the staff plus the shipping plus the angel card plus the boxes plus the shipping worldwide stand me at about the same price. So I do it out of love. Somebody said the other day, I just caught eye on a message which made me laugh a little bit because now my Moldavite site and my collection is growing because I've grown, and some people want Moldavites which are larger. I've never said a Moldavite needs to be large. Anybody who says that, sorry guys, you either don't know what a Moldavite is or you're doing it because maybe there's other reasons, ego, or maybe you're trying to sell bigger pieces. Look, little piece of Moldavite, if you get a genuine little piece of Moldavite, these are what I'm working on at the moment. So here's slightly bigger pieces and here's the smaller pieces. Equal, no difference. You pick one of these up and you'll still feel the same energy running through you. You'll feel the feeling of, oh wow, and like sat working with these, you'd understand the power of Moldavite. It's not because there's 2,000 there, it's because a piece of Moldavite generates the same energy whether it's the biggest piece in the world or a tiny piece. So each to their own. If people have their experiences, fair enough. But going back to Moldavite, even though we're talking about another crystal today, I saw a message saying I went to your website and I couldn't believe the prices. So I came off your site. How terrible is that? Just because your price range doesn't fit other people's price ranges, you get angry and you unsubscribe. One of the messages was, I bought a piece of Moldavite for $8 and how much do you sell yours for? It's disgraceful. Well, I tell you what, you get me a genuine piece of Moldavite for $8 and I'll buy every single one of them. One of the main Moldavite dealers in the world, when I was sat having a conversation with him, said to me, anybody who buys a piece of Moldavite cheap, they get what they deserve. And what he meant by that was a piece of glass. I didn't actually like what he said because nobody deserves to throw their money down a drain by buying a piece of glass from China or from India where they're faking them by their millions now. Nobody deserves that. But you know what? When I travel the world, when I go all over the world to buy Moldavite, it costs. It isn't cheap to travel. It isn't cheap to buy genuine Moldavite. Even in the Czech Republic, where I've just come back from, for all those weeks, you try and buy a piece of Moldavite cheap. Not a chance. And even the diggers know how much Moldavite is worth now. So you can't buy it cheap. So if you're buying it cheap, the simple answer is you're not buying Moldavite. It's that simple. So, hey-ho, that's the way it is. But anyway, I'm working on Moldavites, but today is a conversation of a very unusual crystal. And I don't want to go into its properties because that's not who I am. I don't care about its properties. I care about the effect of the crystal itself. So I'm going to introduce you to it now. And it's called Silicon Valley. Okay, you can see it's a very light crystal, and the format within it is silicon dioxide, which is a natural formation. I said I wasn't going to go into this, but it's a natural formation. Apparently it's used in food products. It's a natural formation of other oxides, and combined this is the result. There's mention of it being dangerous, same as actually Moldavite. And anytime I hear that, I'm often drawn to that crystal, because I don't buy into fear, and I want to know, why is somebody trying to say something is dangerous? Often or not, it's the other way around. Anyway, so I got introduced to Silicon Valley a long time ago, and actually around my neck is a piece that I bought not so long back. I bought back off a friend of mine who was selling a few pieces. But the first piece I ever had actually blew me away. I knew nothing about it. I just knew it was a crystal, a bit like chungai. And many years ago, when I was playing with this Silicon Valley, I was mixing, matching, using it, trying it. It was like an experiment, as most of my crystals are to begin with. What I noticed when I was on the phone is my hand didn't hurt as much, and I didn't feel as exhausted when I was on the computer when I had this. Because what I used to do is, a lot of people probably don't know this, but I used to have books and books that I used to write down the effect of the crystal on my client or on myself. So, and it was interesting because the patterns were very similar, not always identical, but similar. So I would wear, say, a piece of Moldavite, I would experience that feeling, then I would place a piece of Moldavite in my client's hand, and then after the healing session, after 1 hour, they would give me, if they wanted, I never used to ask them to speak, but some people just wanted to share their experience. And those experiences added up was like, for me, exactly like somebody who works in a science lab. They would take their experiment, write it down, and spend weeks, months, years. That's what I did. Same. But I was working with natural products, and I wasn't enhancing other than mixing crystals together and seeing what the effects were of each crystal's uniqueness and its power and its gift. So getting back to Silicon Valley, I found that one of the most amazing things with silicon is energy, an energy that I felt was stabilizing. So I actually felt good. I felt balanced. I didn't feel weak or tired. And even now, today, I'm wearing a piece of silicon with one of my favorite crystals of this year, which is called lava stone. Again, a really good valued crystal to buy, not expensive, and lava stone is perfect at this moment. And funny how lava stone is again similar to the idea of this crystal being in a natural formation from the minerals. What do you think lava stone is? It's the same. It's kind of like Mother Earth blows out all her minerals and all of what she needs to get rid of, and then it forms into lava. And you know, lava is amazing crystal. So these two together is my recommendation at the moment. Plus I also wear it with Moldavite, and there you go, there's another piece there. This is silicon as well. So I like to mix and match and see how crystals feel together, but I also like to see how they work on their own. Silicon Valley, I would say, is one of the best crystals at the moment because we are inundated, we are blasted, we are bombarded with we're living in a toxic soup. And why is that? Well, all you need to do is drive on a motorway and look up. Just look up and around you, you will see the towers everywhere, the death towers, they're everywhere. Sorry guys, I can't say that word on here, I don't want to ruin this channel. And the Wi-Fi energy, which is bombarding everybody and changing humanity completely, as well as all of the other effects, which are a lack of breathing oxygen in the chest, which that causes. And then other people believe, then they put the pieces together and sometimes get it wrong and believe it's something else, like a virus. But anyway, that's my belief. Silicon is that what deflects, absorbs, and strengthens that area so you heal quicker. So it's a real dilemma really, because we know Silicon Valley is where the technocrats are, where all of the most devious and dark entities, subhumans, are creating that what is causing such ill health and suppression and just strangling our freedoms. through technology, technocrats. Technology is now the most devious, evil plan to put humanity on its knees. So it's kind of like, I know a lot of my friends say, oof, don't want to know. Why? Because it's Silicon Valley. Absolutely, but maybe, just maybe, Silicon Valley is that what deflects the energy of that disgusting, evil and very toxic soup that's around us within all our phones, all our computers, and all of those things that are around. Anyway, that's my take on it. Do I like the crystal? Very much. Do I feel good wearing it? Yes. So how's it worked for you, Matt? Well, over time, a lot of my clients who had this crystal and put it in their hand, or even better, wrapped it right here where their issue was, wrapped it around with some healing oil and left it there overnight or within an hour or so. They felt the release of pressure, the pain, and the constant pain. And I'm not sure if you have that yet, or you feel it on your chest, it feels heavy all the time, or if you get a headache, again, if you get that pain where the towers are causing you pain because they're on, take the crystal and place it there and just relax for 15 or 20 minutes. Let the crystal do its work. That is my suggestion. Other things for the crystal, I believe it brings a lot of balance. I think it clears toxins from your body. I think it really is a good healing crystal overall. Have I seen any bad effects from it? No, but what I have seen is a lot of cleansing taking place. And then afterwards, I'll say to my client, oh, how's your hand? How's your head? Oh, it's fine now. So the outcome was always positive. One client that I had, I never recommended it to, and I was only thinking about it the other day that, wow, it was 13 years ago. Why didn't I think about their long-term illness? Now, they've suffered with this illness for a long time. So even after this, I'm going to send Andy a message and say, Andy, you know what? Will you try this and give it a go? Because I should have done, but sometimes you just don't put the pieces together and you don't think about it till a certain moment. So I go with that, and that's fine. Anything else? So as I'm rubbing it now and feeling it, I'm trying to attune to it. I can tell you my temples are starting to feel really sore and really sensitive. So there is a cleansing taking place in the temple area, and the front of my forehead is starting to feel kind of like it's being aggressive, almost like I want to crunch my face. So something's happening on the frontal part of my forehead, and it feels like I'm emphasizing what is wrong with me today. So maybe I'm carrying a lot of stress on the front of my head. Definitely the front of my head is feeling weird right now and feeling like I want to scrunch my face, which means there's healing taking place, not toxins being put into me, absolute garbage. I'm actually feeling a healing process. So now it's still hurting and it's going to the sides now, and it feels like it's shooting up. So I'm talking my way through the healing process. My eyesight feels a little bit better now. A few seconds ago it felt like I was clouded, my eyes were clouded. So it's on a healing level of eyes as well. So this is to do with stress. So I would say over the years that I've worked with it, it makes sense that it dealt with stress. Not only stress, what you say is your eyes and your head, but stress generally. The word stress is an energy. Stress is an energy that can touch the whole of your body. What happens when you get stress in your hands because you're working on the computer and they may be of a different position? You feel the stress and it will affect your hand, or the top of your hand, or in the center of your palm, or down here or elsewhere. That is stress related. So some people talk about, and that's another thing, great for tennis elbow and golfer's elbow, a great crystal for that. So going back to the stress, it's almost like a repetitive grip. So if you're on the computer, you're stressed and it's a repetitive movement or grip. If you're a lifter of heavy furniture and things like that. So it clears the stress that causes the physical body. So it makes sense that it clears toxins. It makes sense that it clears the physical body of the tension that the stress has caused the body. So it's clearing that stress from the muscle joints, from all of your physical. So that's my take on Silicon Valley. Is it a bad crystal? Not in my understanding at all, unless proven otherwise. It's actually a very beautiful crystal. Have I worked with it lots of times? No, I've worked with it maybe, I don't know, for about a year. I worked with it a year. And then I didn't have any after that. But in that year, I worked with it constantly for months and months and months. Do I work with it now? Every now and again when I can get it. And I only get it when it's available. So I don't go out of my way. I wait till some comes. So I believe in the universal flow. I believe in Spirit's helping hand. So if a crystal comes to me, it means that I need it for a certain reason. And that is why, I think I've only got about 10 or 15 pieces, something like that, I worked on since I got back. And as I worked on them, and I worked on them prior to that and then sent them to Bali and then got them all mounted. And then they go onto my website and the right people will be drawn to that crystal for the right reasons. And that's how it works. That's how it's always worked with me. You don't see me doing adverts for selling on sponsored adverts or anything. I just put them on my website and people are drawn to the website and flick through the crystals and say, that's what I want. They don't know why, but that's the one. I don't know why, that's it. And I say, that's the one, because the crystal chooses you for when you are ready for what is needed for either healing or strengthening your spiritual journey. That's it. No other reason. That's how I work. So Silicon Valley is a great crystal, I believe, for 2020 because of the toxic soups around us. If you can go to your nearest crystal dealer, which I always push and recommend, crystal dealers, crystal shopkeepers, go there, support them. They need your help more than ever. You know what? If they disappear, if those shops disappear, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be buying from Amazon and those that have actually now taken every bit of wealth from you and I, the shopkeepers, the mums and dads, and we've transferred, well, we haven't, it's been stolen from us. The money's been stolen and transferred to the evilness of all the companies now who are making trillions upon trillions out of this global scamdemic. So support your crystal shop. Go there and buy, even if it's a little bit more money. Support them and know that we're keeping crystals, genuine crystals, alive. Because if we only leave it to the big boys, you are only going to see fake crystals. That's it. And no love in that crystal. It is only a unit. And I'm telling you, when a crystal shop owner handles a crystal with love, they probably don't even realize, but they put their love and their energy into that crystal, which then activates that crystal for you then to touch that crystal and work with it. So you'll be surprised, guys, if your crystals are coming from China and India, they don't care about the crystal. It's just a number. They don't give a damn about the crystal. So there's no extra love and power. Why do you think I work with every one of my crystals? Each one of these little crystals that you're looking at there, I work on each one of them. Why? Because if you can add that extra powerful, beautiful energy into that crystal, you are now activating that crystal ready for your client. And that's how it works. So today, I welcome you to a most powerful crystal, Silicon Valley. Have a beautiful day. Take care.